Everyone, here I am with another taekook once. You will enjoy it, and I'm so sorry for my voice, but please spare it, and you can meet the video while reading it. Night, Taehyung and Jungkook spent house bedroom. The city lights flickered outside the tall glass windows. The room is silent except for the soft ticking of the clock. Taehyung is lying in bed, eyes closed, his expression unreadable. Jungkook walks in slowly, shoulders heavy after dinner with his friends. Jungkook, thinking to himself, they laughed at me again, as if being pregnant is the only proof of love, as if I am less of a man, less of a husband because I couldn't give them a child yet. They don't even know the truth. Taehyung doesn't even want me near him. That way, he sits his phone down on the nightstand and quietly slips into bed, careful not to disturb Taehyung. Jungkook softly under the breath. Sorry, I came late. I know you don't care. Taehyung's chest rise and fall steadily. He looks asleep, but in reality, his sharp mind is awake, catching every word, every sigh. Jungkook, and they said I'm pathetic, that I am just a husband in name, and maybe they're right. His voice cracks. The weight of humiliation pressing against his ribs, he turned his body towards Taehyung, burying his face against Taehyung's chest like a wounded child seeking warmth. Jungkook's whispering ear tears escaping. Do you know how it feels, Taehyung, to be laughed at for something you never asked for? To be humiliated because the one person you married doesn't even look at you. They think I'm unwanted, and maybe I am. Taehyung's fingers clenched against the blanket, fighting the urge to hold him. He forced his body to remain still, keeping up the illusion of sleep, but his chest tightens at every word. Jungkook sniffing, voice trembling. I tried to smile, I really did, but it hurts. It hurts so much I wanted to scream at them, but I stayed quiet because I didn't want to embarrass you. His tears soaked through the shirt. He clenched the fabric tightly, trembling. The silence of the room wraps around them like a cruel blanket. Jungkook, you hate me, don't you? I know you do. You have never said it, but I can feel it. Every cold glance, every silence at dinner, every time you walk past me like I don't exist. It all screams that you regret marrying me, and yet he pauses, his sobs quieter now, his lips pressed into Taehyung's chest, as if afraid the words will break him apart. Jungkook, and yet I still love you, Taehyung, even when it hurts, even when everyone laughs at me. I can't stop. The confession slices through Taehyung's chest like a blade. He had built walls thick and unreadable, unbreakable, to keep this man out, and yet, with just few trembling whispers, Jungkook's pain seeps into his cracks. Taehyung keeps his eyes shut, his jaw clenched, but his hands betrayed him, crawling slightly towards Jungkook's back beneath the seats. Flashback a week earlier, boardroom. Taehyung sits at the head of the table, commanding silence with his every presence. Jungkook enters carrying a tray of desserts from the company as samples for Taehyung's investors. Bongsu CEO Jian, your pastries are famous, but tell me, when will we hear good news? A child between two empires, the Kim here and the Jian here, that's what the market wants. Jungkook smiled politely, hiding the sting. Taehyung's eyes, cold and sharp, flickered briefly towards him, but remained silent. Bongsu, laughing, don't tell me Mr. Kim doesn't touch you at all. That would laughter echoes in the room. Jungkook's hand trembles as he sets the plate down. He forces a small bow and leaves, the sound of their amusement following him out. Taehyung's clenches, whitening on the pen, but he says nothing, not yet. Back to present bedroom, Jungkook's breath slowed down, exhaustion from crying pulling him into half sleep. He is still cruel against Taehyung, lips partly parted slightly, his cheeks wet with tears. Taehyung finally opens his eyes, the darkness reflecting in his pupils. Taehyung whispering to himself, barely audible, stupid. You think I hate you? You don't know anything. He studies Jungkook's face in the dim glow of the city lights, the softness, the vulnerability, the way Jungkook clings to him despite believing he is unloved. Something burns in his chest, something dangerous, something he has fighting for months. Slowly, carefully, Taehyung lets his arm move. He traps it around Jungkook's waist, pulling him in just slightly. Jungkook still sighs softly, but doesn't wake up. His lips crave into the fan. He smiles as if even in sleep he can feel the warmth he is been craving. Taehyung thinking, I don't hate you, Jungkook. I hate how much power you have over me. He presses his lips into a thin line, frustrated at himself. Billionaire, empire builder, feared by rivals, yet undone by one man's tears. Taehyung closes his eyes again, but this time his hold around Jungkook doesn't loosen. Next morning, the alarm clock rings softly. Jungkook wakes up first, blinking away the haze of sleep. His eyes widened when he realized Taehyung's arm around him. For a moment, hope flickered in his chest, but as soon as Taehyung stirred, his cold mask returns. Taehyung is sitting up, tones up. You rolled on my shirt. Jungkook freezes, face flushing red. He sits up quickly, avoiding Taehyung's eyes. Jungkook's sorry, I didn't mean to. Cutting in, don't apologize for everything. It's pathetic. The words stay, but Jungkook only nods, swallowing hard. He doesn't want them to know how much it hurts. He slips out of the bed, heading towards the closet to prepare for the day. Watches his back, the slump of his shoulders, the silence of someone trying not to break. He almost says something, but the words die on his tongue. Later, kitchen, Jungkook is preparing coffee. His hands is steady even though his heart isn't. Taehyung walks in, adjusting his tie, expression unreadable. Jungkook softly, coffee from you. He offered the cup. Taehyung takes it without thanks, sipping quietly. The silence stretches. Jungkook's eyes lower, lips pressing together. Jungkook thinking, it's fine as long as I can stay by his side. It's enough, even if he never loves me back. But things gaze lingers on him longer than usual. His cold exterior remains, but deep inside something dangerous braves a storm waiting to break. In kitchen, Taehyung sets the coffee cup down with a soft click. His sharp eyes flicker towards Jungkook, who is pretending to scroll through his phone, but is really just trying to steady his breathing. Taehyung, wear the grey suit today. We have a press conference. Jungkook startled. Me? You want me to come with you? Taehyung flatly. You are my husband. They expect to see you. Don't embarrass me. Jungkook's chest tightens. He nods quickly, hiding the way his stomach flips. Part nervous, part desperate for any side that Taehyung sees him as more than furniture. Car ride. The ride is silent. Jungkook sits with his hands in his laps, staring out the window. His reflection offering a shadow against the glass. Taehyung scrolls through his phone, outwardly indifferent. Yet his eyes flick up every now and then, catching the tension in Jungkook's posture. Taehyung thinking he is too quiet today. Did I push too far this morning? He forced the thought away, tightening his grip on the phone. Willingness doesn't feel guilt, not him. Press conference venue. The lobby is swimming with reporters, cameras flashing. Taehyung step out of the car first, his presence commanding instant silence. Jungkook follows, adjusting his tie. Nervously whispers immediately repel through the crowd. Chul reporter whispering, isn't that Jeon Jungkook, the one with the dessert company? One reporter is snickering, yes, poor guy, all looks, no hair. That what's the point of being Kim Tae-hyung's husband if you can't give him an hair? Jungkook's freezes mid-step, the words hitting his like knives. He stood burns with humiliation, but his clenches fist, holding his head high, not for himself, for Taehyung. Reporter 1 shouting, Kim, Mr. Kim, when will we hear news of an hear from your marriage or your marriage just for so? The flash bulbs blink, a murmur of cruel laughter follows. Things jaw tightens, but before he can speak, Jungkook steps forward, his voice ringing clear and sharp across the crowd. Jungkook firmly, be careful with your words. The repeaters playing surprise. Jungkook as usual soft are pleasing. He stands straight shoulders, square looking every inch the seer he is. Jungkook, this marriage is not for your entertainment or gossip. I am Kim Tae-hyung's husband and I don't need to prove my worth to strangers. My company was built from scratch. My achievements stand without anyone's approval. And as far in here, he glances at them, his voice softening but still steady. This is a private matter, not your headline. Silence falls. Reporters exchange uneasy glances. Then gaze sharpens not at the crowd but at Jungkook. For the first time, he looks at him not as a burden but as someone standing fearlessly in his defense. Then thinking, he is protecting me. He hides the flicker of warmth behind his cold mask. Jungkook stays back, breathing heavily, but his chin remains lifted. For once, the humiliation has not crushed him. It has grabbed out his strength. Later, backstage, the press conference ends. The two sit in the green room. Silence thick between them. Taehyung adjusted his cleft links and then finally speaks. Then, you surprised me. Jungkook hesitant. Did I embarrass you? Taehyung, after a pause, no, you shut them up better than I could. Jungkook's lips part slightly. For the first time, Taehyung's words don't cut. They soothe. He lowered his gaze, hiding his faint smile, tugging at his lips. Jungkook, I just don't didn't want them to insult you or our marriage. Even if it's not real for you, it's still my name too. I wouldn't let anyone mock it. The honesty in Jungkook's tone strikes them hard. He looks away quickly, hiding the turmoil in his eyes. Evening, penthouse, balcony. The city glows below. Jungkook leans on the railing. The night breeze tugging at his hair. Taehyung steps out, glasses of whiskey in hand. For a long while, neither speaks. Finally, Jungkook breaks the silence. Jungkook softly, they laughed again today about me, about us. Taehyung coldly, why do you care what they think? You are not weak. Jungkook turning to him, voice breaking, it's not about me, it's about you. Do you know how much it hurts to hear them say you made a mistake, that you could have chosen better, that you deserve someone else? His wrist clenched, his chest rise and falls repeatedly, eyes glistening with unshed tears. Jungkook, I can take humiliation for myself, Taehyung, but not when it touches your name, not when it makes you to look like less than the man you are. I would rather be destroyed 100 times than see you belittled. Taehyung stared at him, stunned. He has no words, only the realization that Jungkook's pain, his humiliation, all circle back not to himself but to Taehyung, protecting him, always him. Taehyung, after a long silence, voice low, you are a fool. Jungkook is smiling faintly through tears. I know, but I am your fool. The words hit like a blow to Taehyung's chest. He turns away, abruptly gripping that railing to steady himself. His mask cracked just enough for whisper to escape. One Jungkook almost doesn't hear. Quietly, don't cry for me again. Jungkook blinks, startled. He takes a conscious step closer, hope flickering in his chest. Jungkook, then let me stand beside you, not as a burden, but as your partner. For the first time, Taehyung doesn't push him away. His silence speaks louder than words. The ice is cracking slowly, dangerously, but it's cracking. Bedroom late night. Jungkook lies awake, staring at the ceiling. He replays Taehyung's words, the small sleep of care behind his cold voice. His chest aches, but this time not from despair, from hope. Taehyung too lies awake beside him, his back turned. His hands hover for a long time before it finally settles. Not on the bed, but pressing faintly against Jungkook's fingers under the blanket. Neither speaks, neither pulls away. Bedroom midnight. The room is silent except for the faint hum of the city outside. Jungkook lies still, heart pounding in his chest. He feels it, Taehyung's hand bruising against his fingers under the blanket. A touch so small, so faint, hesitant, yet it feels like the whole world just shifting. Jungkook whispering, almost scared to break the moment. Taehyung doesn't move. His back still turned, his breathing is steady, but his hands lingers, not pulling away this time. Jungkook swells, blinking back tears. He didn't realize he has formed. Jungkook softly, if you want me to let go, I will. Just don't stay halfway. Either hold me or push me away. The silence stretches Jungkook's chest edges. The words pulling from a place too deep to hide anymore. Jungkook's voice trembling. I can't keep living in between them. I can't keep being your husband only for on paper, your shadow in public. I want to be yours completely or not at all. The words hang heavy. Jungkook tears slip silently into the pillow. He expected silence, maybe even cold rejection, but instead Taehyung slowly turns around. His dark eyes catch the faint light, and for once they are not walls of ice. His dark eyes, they are storms, raw and unguarded. Taehyung low harshly. You think I don't want you? Jungkook's breath hinges. He sits up slightly, staring in shock. Taehyung pushes himself up too, facing him, the blanket slipping from his shoulders. Jaw is tense. His fist clenched as if holding back an entire war inside him. Taehyung, you think I hate you? Jungkook, I have been fighting myself every day not to want you because once I start, I wouldn't be able to. Jungkook's lips part, his heart humming. He reaches out hesitantly, fingers bruising Taehyung's hand. This time, Taehyung doesn't pull back. His hands grip Jungkook tightly, almost desperately. Jungkook whispering, "Then don't fight anymore." The words crack something open. Taehyung leans forward, suddenly capturing Jungkook's lips into a kiss. Fair and raw, like he has been striving for years. Jungkook gasps, tears spilling down his cheeks before kissing him back with equal desperation. The slow burn into fire. Taehyung between kisses, breathless. I tried to keep you away. I thought your love would make me weak, but you. He cups Jungkook's face, thumbs bruising away tears. You make me stronger. You make me want everything I never thought I deserved. Jungkook sobbing softly, smiling through tears. Then take me. I have always been yours. The kiss deepens, sour now, slower now, filled with tenderness. Taehyung lies Jungkook down against the pillows, hovering above him, but moving carefully, as if Jungkook is the most precious thing in the world. Clothes loosen, barrier crumble. It's not rushed. It's not a so emotional love. It's a slow, emotional lovemaking. Every touch carrying months of hidden and unsaid words. Emotional, tender, passionate. Jungkook clings to Taehyung, gasping his name. His tears mingle with soft kisses on his cheeks, his forehead, his lips. Taehyung whispered against his skin, promises, apologies, confessions. Taehyung softly against his ear. I'm sorry for every cold words. For every night I turned away. I thought I was protecting myself, but all I did was hurt you. Never again. Jungkook, never again. Their bodies move together, not just in passion but in union, as if sealing something scared. Every kiss, every care is now over. When it finally ends, Jungkook is tucked safely in Taehyung's arms, his head on his chest. Their breaths mingle in the quiet night. Jungkook sleepy, smiling, "You held me?" Finally, Taehyung kissing his hair. "I will never let go now, even if the world turns against." Jungkook giggling softly, eyes fluttering shut. Taehyung watches him for a long while, brushing strands of hair from his forehead, his expression softer than the moonlight itself. Next morning, kitchen, Jungkook hums softly as he prepares pancakes, his cheeks pink from last night's memories. Taehyung walks in, no longer cold but with a faint smile tugging at his lips. He slides behind Jungkook, wrapping his arm around his waist, chin resting on his shoulder. Jungkook blushing. Taehyung, what if someone says? Taehyung is mocking. This is my house. Let them see. Jungkook laughs, shaking his head, but his heart swells. He's the cold billionaire who never touched him is now clinging like he never wants to let go. Press conference a week later. The world buzzes again. Reporters, cameras, whispers, but this time Taehyung stands with Jungkook's hands firmly in his, lacing their fingers together for all to see. The room gaps. Reporters, Mr. Kim, Mr. Jian, are you the rumors true that your marriage is cool, just business? Taehyung's eyes, once icy, blazed with fire. He pulled Jungkook's closer, arm wrapping around his waist possessively. Taehyung firmly Listen carefully. Jungkook is my husband, my partner, my love of life. Anyone who dares insult him again will answer to me directly. The room falls silent, cameras plus wildly, but Jungkook only sees Taehyung's face, proud, protective, and utterly in love. Later, private balcony at night, the two stand overlooking at the city. Jungkook leans against Taehyung's chest, arms wrapped around him. Taehyung kissing the top of his head softly, Jungkook teasing, "Love you, love of your life, huh? You said it in front of everyone." Taehyung is smiling, whispering, "I will say it 1,000 times if it makes you smile like that." Jungkook blushes, putting his face in Taehyung's chest, giggling softly. The night is filled with warmth, no one more walls, no more silence, just love, the happiest ending. If you like it, please comment it down. If you have any suggestion, let me know. I will be back with another one. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Love you. Bye.